That'll have to be my press picture.
Low light detection camera. You're good. Go.
Okay, here we go. This is the Blacksmith Challenge, all right? You start out with a forge and an anvil and a vise, okay? Those are your basic blacksmithing tools. And you also have hand tools, a hammer, a stone, a sharpening stone, a file, and a wire brush. That's all the tools you start out with for this Blacksmith Challenge, okay? And your challenge is to make all the tools you need to work with. So, because you don't have any tools to work with to start, you just take a piece of square metal like this and you make your first tool. Your first tool needs to be a cutting tool that'll cut a hot piece of metal when you lay it on it and hammer it and cut it. So this is my first tool. I made that with no other tools, just by holding the metal in my hand and heating the end and shaping it. This was my second tool. This is a punch. This is for punching a hole. With these two tools, I'm able to take now a piece of flat metal like this, just this big old flat stock here. I can take a 20-inch piece of that and I can make a couple marks on it and heat it up in the forge, and I can make it into a pair of no-tong tongs. This is my third tool that I made. 1, 2, 3. Making this tool, I heated it and pounded it in the forge, and when I needed to, I used this punch to punch the holes so that I could make the rivet and put the rivet in. And then after I got the rivet in, I heated it up and clamped it in the vise, and I used this tool to slide it on it and twist it, and that's what made the jaws. Then I shaped them to try and make them as universal as possible to hold a lot of shapes. It just fits a lot of shapes that I made. These are no tong tongs. That was my third tool. So then I can start making other tools. I made a hatchet and a hardy, and this just has a wrapped handle, but here's another hatchet with a handle that's part of the same leaf spring that was cut out to make the hatchet. So with a hatchet, I needed a couple other knives. Here's a straight bladed knife and a curved bladed knife, and these are for carving spoon type shapes and for carving wood. So with the hatchet and the carving tools, now I can start making wood handles. And knowing that I can make wood handles, I've gone ahead and I've made 5 chisel heads, all with the same kind of shaft to fit into a wood handle. And my next step now is making handles for these. And I'll use the hatchet and the knives to carve out handles, and I'll install these on them, and then I'll have chisels for processing wood. And once the chisels are made, then I can take recycled wood of some sort like this, and I can make a toolbox. And that'll probably be my next goal, is making a toolbox. Although I'll have to make a nail header so I can make nails. And that's about it.